All right. I'm going to get this out of the way early here. Yeah. In no way, shape, or form does that net come off intentionally. Nets just don't come off that easily. Not unless you're playing beer league where you're not using moorings. Then it does. But not in the NHL, not in AHL, not in any professional league. Yeah. It doesn't come off that easy. Well, I didn't have to use that much force. Okay. First off, goalies push off the post all the time with more force than that. Goalies hug the post all the time. You think a goalie who just gave up a goal a minute before because the puck went in between him and the post isn't going to make sure he's hugging the post this time, trying to, close out this game? Yeah, give me a break. That wasn't intentional. Watch the replay. That net was moving after he barely touched it. It was never secure. Look, I'm going to give you guys a break, okay? I know you guys are still in Sherlock Holmes mode after the incident that happened in the last Leafs game. I get it. I know where your head's at. You're all detective mode, just trying to figure out mysteries right now. So I'm giving you a break, all right? You just need to have some time to settle down, breathe a little, let things settle, let the dust settle. Because right now all you're doing is trying to find a scapegoat for your team in a game in which they played terribly for 40 minutes. That's all that's happening. So I'm going to give you guys a break, okay? I'm giving you a break. Meanwhile, Blackhawks fans, breathe!
Sacre bleu! I want to overact.
What was that?
This is gonna be a good year.
Not this game. The best game ever. Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 70 has just concluded for the Hawks as they survive. They escape Toronto. Sorry, let's put a better spin on that. They win in Toronto over the Maple Leafs by a score of 5-4. This game was going so smoothly for most of it, and then it got really fast. Corey Crawford in net for the Blackhawks, Frederik Andersen in net for the Maple Leafs. Neither of those two goalies would end up finishing this game, albeit two separate reasons. First, we're going to start with Andersen, who has been my front runner for the Vezina for most of this year, quite comfortably actually, but last few weeks he's kind of taken a step back. The end of this year is going to be very interesting in regards to who wins that award. First period, the Hawks come out firing, expecting the Leafs to be playing hard as well after getting spanked in their last game against the Lightning. So the Hawks really, pushing hard, but the Leafs, not so much. And this has been a trend this year. The Leafs have really started slow in a lot of games. Just can't seem to find their footing till later in the game. Once they do find their footing and their legs, they are a really dangerous team. We found that out in the third period. But in terms of the first period, Hawks, they take advantage of the situation. Duncan Keith with the puck puts a shot on from the point, gets a bit of puck luck after the puck deflects off Nylander's stick, gets by Andersen into the back of the net. Blackhawks up 1-0 early. Then with about 7 minutes left to go in the first period, Brendan Perlini picks up the puck in the offensive zone, makes a nice move around the defender to give himself some space, puts a little wrist shot on net, puck is rolling, it's a bit of a knuckler. Andersen probably should have had it. Probably was one that he would like to have back. It gets by him into the back of the net. All of a sudden, Brendan Perlini, 7 goals in his last 6 games. All of a sudden, this guy has turned into a goal-per-game player. Okay, all right. Brendan Perlini puts the Hawks up 2-0. With about 3 minutes left to go in the first period, Patrick Kane with the puck coming into the offensive zone wide. Just makes the defender look foolish here. Makes a beautiful little pass over to Kahun, who's streaking down the middle. He's in all alone, and he pots it home past Andersen. Oh, Kahun! The big Kahuna. Oh, what a guy. What a player. Great attitude. Does it all. And he can score. He's got the talent. I love that guy. He was such a great pickup last offseason. Kahun puts the Hawks up 3-0. And then with a little over a minute before the first intermission, still insecure with the puck in the corner, complete defensive breakdown by the Leafs. I mean, if you think the Blackhawks defense has been bad, and they have, this was atrocious by the Leafs. Brandon Saad all alone in front. Dylan Sikura finds him, makes a nice pass to him, and Saad has all day to make a move. Forehand, backhand, slides it in, and it's 4-0 Hawks going into the second period, and that would be the end of Frederik Andersen's night. So Garrett Sparks would come in to man the Leafs net in the second period, and he had it easy for a bit. The Leafs came out in the second, pushing hard to try and get back into this game. The Hawks did a good job kind of weathering the storm at times, and it would actually be the Hawks who would get the first goal in the second period. About 12.5 minutes into the second period, Brendan Perlini with the puck on the left-hand side makes a beautiful little pass to DeBrincat, who's rushing up the ice just out of the outstretched stick of Tyler Ennis. And DeBrincat, I mean, he's a pure goal scorer. He pots it home past Sparks. Very reminiscent of the Cahoon goal earlier. And the Hawks are up 5-0 midway through this game. Crawford and the Blackhawks defense playing very well in this game, really limiting the Leafs' chances. Crawford coming up with some big saves when he needs to. And then with about a minute and a half left to go in the second period, the Leafs would get their first goal of the game. A nice little redirection by Andreas Janssen right in front of the net. Nothing Crawford could really do about that. Leafs on the board finally, and so this game goes into the third period with the Hawks up 5-1. A 4-goal lead with Crawford in the net. You gotta feel good about the Hawks' chances in the third period here. It shouldn't be too much trouble. Unfortunately, Crawford doesn't return to the game, and Delia steps out onto the ice for the start of the third. All of a sudden, the mind is just fearing the worst, just thinking, oh God, no. Crawford suffered another concussion, and I don't even remember seeing it. When did it happen? You're trying to think of just all the times in this game where the puck maybe came up somewhat high on him, and you just don't know, and you're, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then word comes out that he got pulled because he's feeling under the weather, illness, and with a 4-goal lead, they probably just didn't want to push him any farther. So, okay, Delia, we've seen him play well before. He should probably be able to handle this. 29 shots later. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. 8 minutes into the third period, a little bit of a scramble. Austin Matthews banks the puck in off of Strome to make it a 5-2 game. And then shortly thereafter, Patrick Kane gets called for slashing to put the league's worst PK unit on the PK. And, well, surprise, surprise, they give up a goal. Morgan Riley from the point makes it 5-3. And then with about a minute and a half left, the Leafs pull their goalie, and the Hawks have chances to ice the game with an empty netter, but just somehow can't. And then John Tavares scores by putting the puck somehow in between Delia's arm and the post. That's the goal I alluded to in the intro bit. And then I pretty much blacked out after that. So yeah, Hawks win 5-4. Now I know what you're thinking. 29 shots in a period. That's a lot to give up. It is. It really is. Hawks fans, we know that, well, that's not even the worst we've experienced this year. Earlier this year, the Lightning put up 33 on us in a period. Yeah, so this really wasn't that bad. Right? Despite how this third period went, the Hawks still found a way to close it out. Just barely. It wasn't the prettiest, obviously, but they got the win. They found a way to win. They got 2 points. And in this league, 2 points is 2 points. A win is a win every single time. Doesn't really matter how you get it. The Hawks have now won 4 straight games. They have 8 straight points to kind of climb within a little bit of shouting distance of a wild card spot. It's still tough. 12 games left is not a lot, especially 4 games out. And a lot of the teams that are above them play each other, which means one of them is guaranteed 2 points. That's really what makes it tough. But the Hawks are making a nice push, and they're playing confident hockey right now. They're playing good hockey. Over 160 out of the last 180 minutes. They've played really good hockey, and that is really great to see. So the Hawks now have a few days off before they play the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal to finish off their little 2-game Eastern Canada road trip. Another team who is fighting for a playoff spot over in the Eastern Conference. Another tough matchup, another tough team. The Hawks going to have to come out like they did in the early part of this game if they want to get their 5th win in a row. But if they keep playing like this, if they keep playing with the confidence they did for 40 out of 60 minutes in this one, I like their chances. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. Also, thoughts and prayers over to Steve Dangle, who started recording his video at the second intermission. So pretty sure he probably re-recorded some things after the ending of that game. But when you go over there, make sure you tell him I sent you. It should be a pretty interesting video if you're a fan of Steve Dangle. But anyhow, most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.